Come have a seat in the Skald circle and hear the tale of the white snake as told by Casimir. Before we begin our tale, did you know that we release new stories for free every week on Wednesdays? Be certain to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Spotify, Podbean, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. That way, you'll never miss out when we release free bonus stories other days of the week. Never forget, visit theskaldscircle.com to stay up to date with all of our current happenings, and to also visit our story archive, sorted by origin and region. And also, special thanks to the Last Family and Cat for their support. It means the world to us. Now then, this begins the tale of the white snake. Once upon a time, snakes multiplied so prodigiously in the district of Osiak that every place swarmed with them. The peasants in that district were in evil case. The snakes crept into the parlours, the churches, the dairies, and the beds. People had not even a quiet table, for the hungry snakes made their way into the dish. But the greatest terror was caused by a frightfully large white snake, which were several times seen attacking cattle by the Ososika. The peasants did not know how to help themselves. They instituted processions and went on pilgrimages, that God might please to remove that terrible scourge from them. But neither did that help them. When the poor people were in the greatest distress, and knew not how to rid themselves of this plague, one day an unknown man came to the district, who promised to put an end to every one of the snakes, provided they could assure him that they had seen no great white snake. We had not seen one at all, was the reply of some of the number that had collected around the stranger. Then he caused a great pile to be constructed round a tall fir. When he climbed to the top of the fir, he ordered them to set the whole pile on fire on all sides, and afterwards to run quickly aside. When the fire had risen on all sides against the tall fir, the unknown man took out a bone pipe out of his pocket, and began to blow it so powerfully that everyone's ears tingled. Quickly uprushed and crowded from all quarters a vast number of snakes, lizards, and salamanders to the pile, and driven by some terrible force, all sprang into the fire and perished. But all at once, a mightier and shriller hiss was heard from the Ososika, so that all present were seized with fear and dread. The man on the fir, at hearing it, trembled with terror. "Woe is me, there is no help for me," so he said. "I had heard a white snake hiss. Why did you thus mislead me? But be so compassionate as not to forget every year to give alms to the poor on my behalf." Scarcely had the poor man uttered these words, when the terrible snake wound its way up with a great noise, like a furious torrent, over the sharp rocks and plunged into the lake, so that the foam flew up. It soon swam to the other side of the lake, and all exasperated, rushed to the burning pile, rearing itself up against the fir, and pushed the poor man into the fire. The snake itself struggled and hissed terribly in the fire, but the strong fire soon overpowered it. Thus perished, along with the whole lizard race, the monstrous snake which had done so much harm to the cattle. The peasants were again able without fear to carry on with their occupations, and the shepherds of Ososika to pasture their cattle without anxiety. The grateful people have not up to the present time forgotten their promise to their ancestors, and every year, on that selfsame day, distribute gifts of corn to the poor. And that is the tale of the white snake. Thanks for listening to our story. If you enjoyed it, please take a look at our Patreon page to learn how you can earn great rewards while also supporting us. We appreciate even the smallest of contributions, as they allow us to continue to release new stories every week for free on Wednesdays, and also provide bonus stories for your listening pleasure. Visit us at theskaldscircle.com to view our story archive, sorted by origin and region, and to stay up to date with all of our current developments. Once again, thank you for listening to our story.